I'm unhappy with where my life is right now. I'm overweight, unfulfilled, and tired of being mediocre. I want to be more successful, more self sufficient, and healthier. I decided to start this YouTube channel to document my progress and keep myself accountable. Because let's be real, I need all the help that I can get to stay consistent day after day.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
I've broken down my life into 6 categories that I'm committed to improving. That is faith and spirituality, health, self improvement, finance, and self sufficiency. For the past 2 months, I've been trying to take my faith and spirituality more seriously. As someone who was an atheist for about 12 years, this hasn't been easy. Waking up early, getting dressed, and preparing for church has never been part of my routine, and honestly, some mornings I absolutely dread it. Last year was huge for me. I started a new remote job, moved into a new place, got a new dog. Basically, my entire life got turned upside down. Right now, I'm the heaviest I've ever been at 7 to 9 kilograms. I've actually already lost quite a bit of weight since starting this journey, but I still have a long way to go. I used to hit the gym 2 to 4 times a week, but I never took my diet or progress seriously. On top of that, I haven't gone to the gym for the past 3 months or so. It's led me down this spiral of anxiety and body dysmorphia. Even when I was working out regularly, when I looked into the mirror, all I see was a fat kid staring back at me.
Look at me. That's all muscle. Oh, you fat. I'm muscle.
Oh, look at my little Bill. He's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, 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 Hercules.
I also want to hit 10,000 steps a day. The funny thing is, I actually bought myself a smartwatch for this, but I've never really stayed consistent with it. I don't really have a ton of specific goals this year for self improvement. Lord knows I've had more hobbies than time to do them. But one thing that I really want to get into this year is reading. I bought myself a Kindle last year and I've finished quite a few books on it, but it's been months since I've touched the thing. This time around, I'm not limiting myself to just nonfiction books. I want to read more fiction and manga and spend way less time scrolling on my phone. Some of the reading materials that I want to read this year are Berserk by Kentaro Miura, The Red Rising Trilogy by Pierce Brown, and A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. If you guys have any recommendations, drop them in the comments below. I'm trying to get more into fiction this year, so anything sci-fi or fantasy, I'm absolutely down to read. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, finances. Talking about money is kind of taboo where I live, and I'm also not super comfortable sharing specific numbers, but I will say this. I'm comfortable where I am right now. I have a steady work from home job that I love, and it allows me to give myself and the people I care about a decent lifestyle. That being said, like everything else, there's still plenty of room for improvement. So this year, I've kind of been getting a little crazy with my pay later loans on Shopee. I bought appliances for myself and my family, some work stuff for my company, and of course, random shit for myself. A lot of random shit for myself. I'm trying to cut down on this drastically and stop buying stupid stuff every other week. This is one area where I really need to get better. Growing up, I was never the kid with savings, much less a budget. I'd spend all my money on 2 things: video games and food. Sometimes I'd even walk home just to buy myself a sweet treat after school. This habit has pretty much carried into my adult life, and while I do have savings and investments now, I know I could be doing so much better. Right now, I'm working on a few things for additional income. First, I have my startup called Traveler, which I've enrolled into an incubator in my city. I'll go into more details about what Traveler does and what we're trying to do in a future video, but right now, that's all you need to know. My girlfriend and I also have a small cart rental business that we're running with some friends. And we just started this year, and we're still figuring out how to get more consistent clientele. I'm also planning to start selling dog food in my subdivision. The closest store that sells dog food is about 3.5 kilometers away, so I think I'd be providing real value by doing this. On top of that, I'm going to hire my girlfriend's sisters to help me run it. And while I don't think this will be a lot of money, it's a good opportunity to teach them how to sell and make some grocery money on the side. Finally, we're at the last category, self-sufficiency. You might be wondering, what does that even mean? Well, I can break this down into two parts, self-sufficiency in food and in tech. For the past 2 months, I've been trying to get into gardening and growing my own food. Now, keep in mind, I have been a city boy my entire life.
City boy! City boy!
So I know next to nothing about this stuff. So far, I've managed to build a raised garden bed and plant a bunch of different vegetables. This is a whole rabbit hole that I've gone through and deserves a separate video in itself. But my goal is to have access to at least the most basic vegetables that we regularly use. That's garlic, onions, tomatoes, potatoes, that kind of thing. And I also want to learn woodworking because it's closely related to gardening and it's an incredibly useful skill that I never picked up. Next up is self-sufficiency in tech. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of paying for all these subscriptions, streaming services, Google Drive, all that crap. I've been wanting to set up my own home lab to self-host these things for the past year or so. And if you don't know what a home lab is, it's basically a server you set up at home to run your own services instead of running on cloud providers. Think of it as your own personal cloud. You control the data, you control the costs, and you're not at the mercy of some company's subscription fees. Given my technical background, a home lab is really a no-brainer. And I actually already have a small home lab running, and I'll get into those specifics in another video. Lastly, I want to learn how to solder and do some basic electronics repair. I have some experience wiring very basic breadboards with my Arduino, but honestly, my knowledge is close to zero on this thing. So yeah, that's basically what this channel is going to be about. I'm documenting my ADHD journey to become healthier, more faithful, and self-sufficient. I just hope to be a better version of myself. I'm tired of being mediocre, putting things off, and I actually want to commit to these goals for once in my life. I know these things might sound ambitious, hell, maybe even impossible, but I genuinely believe since I'm putting this out there for you guys, I can be more accountable with myself. So if any of this resonates with you, or if you're in a similar journey, I'd love to hear all about it in the comments. So if you want to join me to see how all of this plays out, the wins, the losses, the failures, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.